Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
So 70,000 and more followers of Germany's ultimate winning machine open their arms to their favourite sons. In the Bavarian capital, they demand another spectacle. We have already started here. And here's Thuram. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into a...
Oh, here's a chance! And he has kept it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Di Lorenzo. That looks a good ball through. Mbappe! Cross goes in there. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Nedved. That has not gone well. Oh, easy pickings there. First quarter of an hour gone. Passes short and sharp. Tonali did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Still goalless at the moment. Thuram. He's there to retrieve it. Bayern Munich look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Nedved. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Messi. Nice control. Played back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
Vieira does really well to win the ball there. That is lovely. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties. Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Aim forwards. Nedved. Nicely aimed pass. Looking here to chip it through. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And it's Messi. That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Thuram. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Just eases him off the ball. Nedved. That's a good ball played into space. And he was alert to it. Tonali. And it's Luis Suarez. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Nedved. He won't be happy with that one. Looking for the runner. Kaká chasing after it. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, it has been a half largely of could-haves and should-haves. Perhaps the more impatient amongst the supporters will feel they're overdue a goal, but it's certainly not for the want of trying, so nothing to show as yet. At the break, it's 0-0. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Yeah, the scoreline doesn't tell the whole story, as one side has been significantly better, at least offensively.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Vietnam have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Rodri. Mbappe. And Di Lorenzo. Chiellini gets a foot in here. That's played into space. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Kaká going face-to-face with his great rival. Gets a good foot in there. Bellingham making good progress on the right-hand side. That has been cut short. Bellingham is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Oh, super find. Messi proves just a little bit too strong. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
Messi is eyeing up his options in the middle. There's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Kaká really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Fiddles it through.
The attendance for this match was 61,052.
Ah, that's a fine interception. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Bayern Munich clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to...
Can he finish? And yes, it's there! The breakthrough arrives at last! How very smart. He just got it right.
Well, I'd like to praise a nicely constructed move and goal, but it's hard to see past the many defensive frailties on view there. It was a shambolic attempt to deal with that last attack, it really was.
So the first moment of real significance.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Bellingham did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Decent hit! And somehow he's managed to miss it.
OK, it's come to nothing, but it's a warning of further threat on the break.
Rijkaard calmly anticipates. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Can he put it away? Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Coming on to
Kaká,
replace him
who's
is
short.
number 45, Osimhen.
Kaká! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Danger averted for now. Now it's Osimhen. And they win it back again. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Di Lorenzo. Looking tidy in possession here. Back into the middle. And that's played in low. Great chance! He's scored! Bayern Munich are all square. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, the big question now is whether they can keep the energy levels up and try and grab a winner.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Vietnam showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Nedved. Udogie gets it away. Tonali. The final 5 minutes. Osimhen finds himself offside. Chiellini. And it's Vieira. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Kaká.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Kaká, and the finish!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Driving on and making good progress. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Aims beyond the defence. Ah, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
So 70,000 and more followers of Germany's ultimate winning machine open their big chance!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Kaká. Vietnam do have a chance to counter here. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
And it's Luis Suarez. There's a searching pass. He's onside. Lovely feet. Who do you think this turns? Messi! Oh, he's been caught napping. Opts to play it back. Belly. Tries to dink it in, and he was quick to react. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, they've been livelier and hungrier and looked the more likely to...
Luis Suarez! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Well, that's an inviting ball. Thuram. And here's Gullit. Vieira. Kaká. Kaká! Cleared away. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's plain for all to see who has settled into this game with the greater superiority. Now for a goal.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Thinks one through. That's a shade optimistic.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Thuram. Gullit. Van Bouten gets it clear. Nicked it back promptly.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Rijkaard. Vieira. Kaká. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he can clear it away. And it's Messi. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And claimed it back swiftly. Looking for the runner. Nice interception, well timed. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Vietnam clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Stood up well to him there. Kaká. Di Lorenzo is the guilty party there. And it's Vieira. Thuram. Udogie cuts out the pass. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Messi. Gullit. Gullit showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And here's Gullit. Luis Suarez. Donnarumma can pick that up. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now he's off and running. That pass has been well intercepted.
Vietnam have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
And the whistle goes for half-time. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it remains goalless. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Yeah, it's a half that's had a limp finish after a decent start, so the manager has to re-energise and re-enthuse his players to come back out pumped.
An engrossing half, but we're still... Messi! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. Oh, and he's through the middle. Great position here. Di Lorenzo. Darwin. Bellingham. Thuram. Messi. Rijkaard. And it's Chiellini. Here's Cannavaro. Chiellini. Now it's Darwin. Bellingham. And he welcomes it in. And the finish! There it is!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Bayern Munich have taken the lead.
Well, whatever the manager said in that dressing room at half-time, it's worth the treat.
Vietnam still behind thanks to that solitary strike. Bayern Munich are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Taken back almost at once.
The attendance for this match
He's
was
really put himself on the line here.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And it's Thuram. Oh, well played, well played.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. It's a pretty loose pass. Mbappe! Good read, needed to be. Kaka. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Oh, it's just a little long. And now they can clear their lines. He could be in here. Chiellini. Nedved. Messi. Messi. Hullet. Well read. And the danger is averted. Van Bouten gets good distance on it. Thuram. And it's Vieira. Here's Nedved.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Oh, that was vital. Cannavaro kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Di Lorenzo is there to clear. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Nedved. And he was alert to it. Vietnam are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can all...
Oh, what a mistake! Well, it looked promising, but the final ball is just not quite right. Kaka. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Luis Suarez has a go!
Substitution on the field.
It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
They've played it short. Kaká. And it's Vieira.
Vietnam have a simple task to find something sustained now and keep the pressure on.
And that could set him on his way. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Nedved.
There will be 1 minute.
So just
at a
one
time.
extra minute for stoppages. And it's Messi. Nedved. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Defending of the desperate variety. And that is the end of it. They hung on right till the finish. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times
Hello,
effervescence,
everybody,
but
and this
just
is a
one
quick
goal to
reminder
show
to
for
let
all
you
of that.
know that you'll be
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
So yet again, Munich expects, and it has every reason so to do. Bayern, so often Germany's indisputable champions, the preeminent force of our day, looking to impose itself once more.
We have already started here.
And it's the goalkeepers to claim. The unmistakable Daniel Van Bouten.
One of those players that's been there, done it, got the T-shirt.
And perhaps that's his greatest strength, Jim, his experience.
Certainly one of them, Peter, although for me his all-round game is what impressed most. He's a credible goal threat too.
It's Nedved!
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Bayern Munich have the chance to go the other way. And it's Nedved. Ronaldinho. Well read, and the danger is averted. Ronaldinho. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Rudiger wins the duel this time. Osimhen gets across and deals with it. Kaká. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes, so we're seeing some conservatism here.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Rodri. So we're still where we started right now. That's good vision. Nunez is on his own. There's the hit! Goal! Bayern Munich! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Number 13.
Bayern Munich have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time...
Oh no, this does not look good. Araujo. That's a little off target. And he can clear it away. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Vietnam are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Oh, what a mistake! And that is going out for a goal kick. Bullet. Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. And it's Nedved. Nedved could try cutting inside here. Goes in for the header! It's in! And once more we are all square. You score, we score!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Oh, I think the coach will really be annoyed with that. The players were still thinking about their goal and just got caught napping.
Nedved really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Udogie gets a foot in here. Oh, that's well spotted. He won't be happy with that one. Threads one in. That's beautifully weighted. No, he's just misjudged that one. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Van Bouten spots it and intercepts. Ronaldinho. And it's Nedved. Works it forward. Nunez chasing after it. The most accurate pass. Nedved is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Ronaldinho. Final ball not quite right. His teammates are irritated at that. Van Bouten gets good distance on it. Araujo. To Thuram. Vieira. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Darwin. Udogi. Done delicately. Great ball if he can get there. And smartly reclaimed. That's really well manoeuvred. And the first 45 minutes are up. Vietnam head back in at the break after a first half that has been, from a scoreline point of view in any case, an even one. Both sides have contributed in equal measure, neither looking overly under pressure from the other. And at the break, glass half full, half empty. It's 1-1. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, we thought this would be close, Peter, and it's proving us right so far. They're well matched, and it presents a fascinating battle of wits to see who'll emerge on top or otherwise.
Vietnam head into the dressing room after a half in which we've seen 2 goals, 1 each, and the game right on edge.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Vietnam are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Nedved. And he's got the beating of his man. He's had a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. He's got away with one there. Vietnam are looking to go forward now. And he's straight offside. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Gullit showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Looking for options for movement. Oh, that's a key interception. Gullit being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
60,179.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Over to the left. Nedved. Kaká. Referee has just said play on. Bellingham. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case.
Substitution on the field. Number 45.
So, time for changes on
Osman.
both sides, actually.
Coming on to replace him is number 4.
Bayern
Char.
Munich appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Seedorf with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Here's a shot. Nunez!
And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Nunez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 2 then. Nunez. And here's a chance. Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Bayern Munich have their third corner. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And now they can spring out of defence. This is promising. Picked out brilliant. Messi! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
And it's Baggio. Vieira cuts it out. Roberto Baggio.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Substitution on the field. Number 13, Darwin Nunez. Number 8, Bellingham.
That should get the job
Coming
done.
on the field, number 10,
Gakpo.
Gakpo.
Nicely intercepted.
Number 24, Havertz.
Roberto Baggio. Oh, important interception.
That's good pressing. It's really squeezing everything.
Oh, it's a sweet ball, that. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Seedorf. Plenty to aim at here. He's had a hit!
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Well timed, excellent interception. Gakpo looks to get on the end of this.
There will be 3
Right
minutes
card.
added time.
Thuram makes the interception. And it's Baggio. Van Balten cuts out the pass. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Oh, no joy this time.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that will be it. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
So yet again, Munich expects, and it has every reason so to do. Bayern, so often Germany's indisputable champions, the preeminent force of our day, looking to impose itself once more.
The action has already started. Udogie is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Vieira. And here's Hullet. Messi. Can he put it away? And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Van Bouten cuts it out. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, this guy, Donnarumma, really is a generational talent, Peter. I suppose you have to be good if you're a goalkeeper and your name's Gianluigi. He really has inherited the mantle from his namesake. There might be room for improvement with his kicking, but otherwise, he is nigh on perfect.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Thuram. And he has been fouled there. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Oh, it's come loose. Kaká! He's done very well to get to that.
Kaká is offering a wry smile there. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Now it's Hullet. Now it's Messi. Engages and forces him off the ball. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Look, we can't say that's a surprise, Peter. He knew what the consequences were. He really did.
It is another opportunity from a set piece they have here. So who's he going to be aiming for here? No, that was never going to make it. Rudiger. So it is still 0-0. Looking here to chip it through. Could move up a gear here. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
A searching ball that into space. It's out for a goal kick. Thuram. And it's Messi. That's Vieira. And here's Hullet. Messi. Luis Suarez. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And he's managed to get rid. Di Lorenzo. And the counter is on. And it's Hullet. Kaká. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And he has shown him a yellow card. Thuram. Nedved. Now Kaká. Kaká proves just a little bit too strong. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. He's gone forward, and it's Luis Suarez. No, he's just misjudged that one. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Pull it. Kaká. Thuram. Here's Vieira. And Messi! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Nedved. Cannavaro.
It's a decent chance to
There will be
counter-attack.
1 minute at a time.
And the whistle goes for half-time. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it remains goalless. How would you review the first half?
Well, they've never really been threatened in the first half. I think it's been a magnificent team effort. The work rate has been superb. Very, very organised.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And we are back underway.
Vietnam are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Tonali. Nedved. Now it's Luis Suarez. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Floated through. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Araujo. Now Kaká. Messi!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
It's Nedved. It's going to be another throw. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Yeah, and he's dodged a big one there. He has to be squeaky clean from here.
There's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. Well, there's the clearance. Bellingham. Di Lorenzo. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Bayern Munich are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed.
Big chance!
The attendance for this match was
And that is wildly off
60,810.
target.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Now it's Darwin. He's beaten the last man. Nunez! He scores!
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
64 minutes is number 13, Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez. Substitution on the field, number 8.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Bayern Munich have fired themselves in front.
Substitution.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And there's his chance to lead the counter.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind.
And the finish! And he's really put himself on the line here. Corner number 2 then. Ronaldinho goes short. That's very neat. There will be a throw-in. Has a look and plays it forward. Ronaldinho. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Palmer gets across and deals with it. And he's intervened well there. And it's Cruyff. Cruyff going face-to-face with his great rival. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Vietnam are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
Osimhen. Oh, nicely intercepted. Osimhen might just make this. Oh, he's done very well to take that back.
Bayern Munich clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And here's Van Basten. Udogi. And the pass is intercepted. Rijkaard. Deftly done. Dink through. No luck with that dink over the top. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Vietnam are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves. Bayern Munich certainly don't need to overcommit now. Their priority lies further back.
Oh, well played, well played. Danger averted for now. That is a great pick out. Ronaldinho. And the shot! It's a goal! Dying minutes, and we're all square again. Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that
There will
one.
be 3 minutes added time.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. OK, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
And he cuts out the supply. Rodri getting this one clear. Forwards and with intent. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And that is as far as it goes. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
So yet again, Munich expects, and it has every reason so to do. Bayern, so often Germany's indisputable champions, the preeminent force of our day, looking to impose itself once more. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Mbappe. Kaká.
That pressing is so good, it's nice and early.
That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Nunez proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
And here's Suarez.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
This guy, Sandro Tonali, was being touted as being one of Italy's greatest midfield talents. Remember the season he got a side promoted into the Italian top flight, 17 years of age, I think, and he was the mainstay in a team at that early age, playing in virtually every game and dictating the play. He stands out, doesn't matter how old he is.
Yes, he'd be my pick too. It's going to be all about... Oh, what has happened here?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Has a go! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Looking to set free a runner. Forwards and with intent. He's played him through. Well, that is one way to stop him.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Vietnam looking to pass their way through. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Not much doubt about who's going to take this one. And he's had a hit! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Great effort, beautifully taken.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Goes without saying, that was poor. And he thumps it clear. Bayern Munich have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Darwin. Messi. Van Balten gets over and intercepts. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Nedved. Now Kaká.
Vietnam are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep, and it's Nedved. Rodri.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase, and of course those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Rijkaard cuts out the pass. Nedved, that's a sharp pass. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Looks to clip it forward. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Oh, Red, nice interception. And here's Hullet.
This is what good chemistry is all about.
We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Vieira. And here's Hullet. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And that has been clubbed away. Darwin. Tonali.
Kaká really added the width there thanks to his willingness to make the run.
Big chance!
There will be 1 minute added time.
And he's managed to get rid. Now that's well seen too. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, they've never really been threatened in the first half. I think it's been a magnificent team effort. The work rate has been superb. Very, very organised.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0. And we are already promptly back underway.
Vietnam clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Well, that's been cut out, well played. Tonali. Aims beyond. Mbappe! They've got to be quick to recover this. Kaká. Messi. Kaká. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's gone forward. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Good ball over the top. It's goal kick.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Succumbs to the pressure. Might be danger here. And that is expertly dealt with. A slightly... Mbappe! Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Decent hit! Oh, taken with style! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, look, he moves and manufactures in unique fashion. This guy is sheer class.
Bayern Munich have broken through. It's 1-0.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Tonali gets rid without sophistication. And here's Suarez. And it's Nedved.
Vietnam are definitely going about this the right way.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Mbappe! Rijkaard deals with that comfortably. It's a pretty loose pass. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe touches it back.
He had nobody else to help out there.
Suarez looking to run onto it. Oh, that's well spotted. And he was quick to react. Messi. That pass has been well intercepted.
Vietnam really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Nedved. And here's Suarez. No, that's been intercepted. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Chiellini eases the ball away from him.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Vietnam are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation.
Can he finish? And that could have brought them level.
Oh, they really needed him to put that away.
Bullet. Well timed, excellent interception.
Vietnam seem happy to bash their heads against the brick wall, Peter. That central route forward is just a no-go zone.
Messi. Nedved. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Oh, that's nice.
Vietnam need to give it everything they have, kitchen sink included.
The less said about that pass, the better. And no, that is pretty much the end of that.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Kaká pinches it off him. Mbappe. Bellingham. Mbappe. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that.
This is a
Hello and welcome one and all, the atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening, the skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
So yet again, Munich expects, and it has... Now the finish! And it's a goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early. Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. He's in plenty of space here. There's the shot! They've scored! Two, and we've barely begun here. Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Vietnam are doing very nicely, thank you.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. The pass is intercepted. Vietnam are already cruising here. 2-0, a fabulous start. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And it's Luis Suarez. Kaká going face-to-face with his great rival. Hullet. Oh, he couldn't quite make it. And he's there to get it away. Well, that is one way to stop him. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again.
Nunez, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually...
Can he finish? Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Messi. And the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? That's very neat. And the shot! They want to be quick to recover this. Messi. Messi! It's hit the crossbar. Now, that has posed a few awkward questions.
Yep, certainly could have been something so much more.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Nedved given the lift of his goal. Nedved is sporting a guilty look after that.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
That looks a good ball through. Kaká! Kaká! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, they could break here. And that's another good win of the ball. Nedved tries a shot! And more and more and more! And the lead is 3! It is surely done! Swift, incisive, deadly, all done in a matter of seconds.
Well, talking about being hit on the break, the ball was in their net before they could even organise their defence. It was fast and furious and all but unstoppable.
Substitution on the field. Number 5.
Bayern Munich choosing to make the first change.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
A case now of complete control. And it's Messi. This might spell danger. Vietnam have a free kick. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score. And obviously, he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he? This, he really fancies, Peter. The second it was awarded, his brain went into overdrive.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. Kaká! Oh, special! That is a special goal! A finish right from the top draw! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Oh, that is a bit special.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Great hit! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And he has been fouled there. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Gullit looking to play it into the box. Well, they've done this before. Can they do it again now? Darwin. That is a great pick out. Osimhen. Nunez. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Vietnam looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. He's been picked out. Oh, important interception. Mbappe! Well, he caught that pure, but no end product.
All he'll be thinking is, please, ground, swallow me up. Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
And here's Gullit. And that has been clubbed away. Suarez was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Now it's Osimhen. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Rijkaard. Here's Cannavaro. Vietnam looking to pass their way through. Messi.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Oh, well played, well played. Bellingham. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Bellingham. Di Lorenzo. Bellingham. Rodri. And there is the half-time whistle. It has been a half throughout which they have carved through the opposition almost at will, ripping things up big time here.
Vietnam have been more or less perfect, I would say. Their manager's all smiles, and he's got every reason to be.
Vietnam have been nothing short of awesome in the first 45 minutes. A truly memorable performance on all counts, and it has to be said, this match is well and truly already won. Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. No changes at the interval from either side. And it's Luis Suarez.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you...
Can he finish? Vietnam have their second corner now. They've played it short. That is lovely. Kaká. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bellingham. That's good vision. Well, that's well seen too. He's got the shot away! He scores!
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
He's still trying to make a game of this. Bellingham. Osimhen. Some really good ball movement. Can he latch on to this? It's a good foot in there. Well, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Nicely weighted ball. It's a goal kick. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And he's managed to get rid. Kaká. Neither of these two would. He's having a go. Oh, screamer! A finish of true class. There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it.
Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. No, that was never going to make it. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Araujo. Nedved. And it's Luis Suarez. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Oh, super, but he's had a shot! Really well taken goal. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Well, they have a goal, but it is surely too much to hope for a comeback. Cannavaro gets over and intercepts. Nedved. Bellingham. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. Mbappe! Some front-footed pressing going on here. And it's Gullit. No, he just refused to budge, and he's got his way. Well, played right into his path. Kaka.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Intercepts the throw, that's well read. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Nunez showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Mbappe might just make this. Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
And he's straight offside. Rijkaard. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Suarez gets flagged offside. Mbappe. Bellingham. Here's Rodri. He won't be happy with that one. Nedved.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Kaka. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, what a ball! Real chance! It's in! It is no contest. It is a landslide. Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Well, the finish looked a guarantee once he was found all alone, and it's criminal defending.
Vietnam are at the peak of their powers. As for them... And that will be it. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
So 70,000 and more followers of Germany's ultimate winning machine open their arms to their favourite sons. In the Bavarian capital, they demand another spectacle. We have already started here. Nedved going face-to-face with his great rival. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Bellingham. The less said about that pass, the better. Nedved goes on a charge down the left. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. So who is the target now? He's having a look at what's available. Kaká. Kaká! Oh, what a goal! What a goal!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good. Bullet very cleverly provided the return ball there, and it made all the difference in the creation of that goal. I don't want to take anything away from the finish, but the pass was really key.
Bayern Munich finding themselves unexpectedly behind. He's had it taken off him. So just one early goal to report so far. Real chance! Really well taken goal. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Well, it would have been harder to miss.
That's just a great finish, but it's down to very clever movement. You can see this has been obviously worked on the training ground. He knew exactly where he wanted the ball, and it all came good.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Yeah, it's always a dangerous time when you've just scored. You can easily lose focus, and then bang, you're pegged back again.
Udogie getting this one clear. No, he's not getting his way this time. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Udogie deals with that comfortably. Di Lorenzo. So what can they make of this? Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. He's in plenty of space here, engages and forces him off the ball. Kaká. Udogie makes the interception. Van Bouten.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yes, the great chance! Goal! Bayern Munich! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
Bayern Munich go into the lead.
Yeah, for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
And he thumps it clear. Thuram. Vieira. Kaká. Oh, now here's a chance to finish. Oh, denied brilliantly.
Kaká clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Thuram showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh dear, less said about that pass the better.
Araujo really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And it'll be a corner. They can spring out of defence. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Kaká does really well to win the ball there. That is ended up in no man's land. Nedved. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And he's gone looking for safety. And he's picked out the run. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Pinches it off him. That's been cut out, well played.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
We expected better, and so did he. Vieira. And he's managed to get rid. Oh, this looks sharp. And the first half is done. So half-time, no shortage of action and talking points at both ends of the field. 3 goals to light up the crowd, and a fair reflection of the territorial state of play, with the half-time scoreline 2-1. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Messi is fouled. Udogie, who's set up 1 goal so far. Rodri. And it's Nedved. Nedved will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now it's Osimhen. Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. Vietnam can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined.
Hits one! He scores! 2 up and threatening to pull clear. That is a super smooth goal. Beautiful manoeuvring of the ball and splendid authority in the finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
The attendance for this match was
The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And he's there to clear it. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. That's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Bellingham. Cannavaro cuts it out. Passing is crisp and sharp. Osimhen was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Kaká. And here's Hullet. Di Lorenzo cuts out the pass. Osimhen, whose purpose now is to complete a hat-trick. Distributed tidily.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
Opts to play it back. Osimhen is flagged offside. Araujo. That's Vieira. That's a good ball out wide.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Bellingham. Darwin.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And the counter is on. Oh, that's a key interception. Has a look and plays it forward. Cannavaro gets over and intercepts. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off.
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Osimhen forwards and with intent. Hullet. There's the shot! And yes, it's there!
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
Substitution on the field. Number 45.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Number 8.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, they've given themselves a chance here.
Whistle's gone, that's foul.
Number 42.
And no surprise, that's a booking.
Substitution in progress.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Seedorf.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you. I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Some really good ball movement. Oh, great! Oh, shooting chance! Oh, taken with style! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now!
Oh, that was such a smart exchange of passes, and it took so many defenders out of play in one quick movement. Wonderful goal.
There will be 3 minutes.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
And he can clear it away. And that will be it.